The grand throne room of the Imperial Palace is dimly lit, with shadows casting over the figures of Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader. The Emperor sits on his dark throne, his crooked hands resting on its arms. The air is thick with the weight of dark power as his hollow, raspy voice echoes through the room. Vader stands before him, his towering presence seemingly dwarfed by the Emperor's malicious calm. The Emperor leans forward, his eyes glowing with an unsettling gleam as he surveys his most loyal servant, Darth Vader. His voice drips with dark intent as he speaks, almost as if savoring the moment. Palpatine sneering, "Lord Vader, you disappoint me." Vader stands motionless, his breathing slow and steady, though there is a slight tension in his stance. He does not flinch at the Emperor's words, but inside, the weight of those words begins to press on him. Vader calmly, "I serve the Empire, my master. I have done as you commanded." Palpatine chuckles, a low, cruel sound that reverberates through the cold chamber. Palpatine mockingly, "Yes, yes, you serve. But there is a hesitation, Lord Vader. A weakness that lingers in you. Do you not feel it?" Vader's breath quickens for a brief moment, but he immediately suppresses the thought. He knows better than to show any sign of weakness in front of the Emperor. Vader stoic. "There is no weakness, Master. I am your enforcer. I carry out your will." Palpatine, his voice darkens. "And yet, I sense doubt within you. The dark side of the Force, Vader, is absolute. It requires commitment, undivided, unwavering. You were meant to rule the galaxy with me. The power we share is limitless, but it is fragile. A flicker of weakness could bring it all crumbling down." The Emperor stands slowly, his frail body casting an eerie shadow across the floor. He begins to circle around Vader, his voice now a dark whisper that seems to come from all directions. Palpatine in a low, commanding tone, "The dark side is not just a tool, Lord Vader. It is a way of being. You are nothing without it. Do you understand?" Vader's fists tighten slightly at his sides, but he doesn't move. The Emperor's words are like daggers, each one stabbing deeper into his mind. Vader with quiet determination, "I understand the dark side. I embraced it. It is my power." Palpatine stops in front of Vader, their faces inches apart. His voice lowers to a hiss. Palpatine whispering, "Is it, now? Is it truly your power, or has it become your prison? You are bound to it, yes, but only because you have allowed the chains of your own doubt to remain. You still think of your former life, of your former self. That is the weakness, Vader. The seeds of failure." Vader's breath grows heavier, his eyes narrowing behind the mask as the Emperor's words twist inside him. The Emperor knows exactly where to strike. His voice softens, but with an even more insidious undertone. Palpatine temptingly, "I gave you power, Lord Vader. I gave you everything, and yet, I sense, that you are not fully mine. You still hold on to something, a fleeting hope, perhaps? A misguided remnant of the past?" Vader gritting his teeth, forced calm, "I have no past. I am Darth Vader, the dark side is my power." Palpatine smiling, ever so slightly, "Then why do I hear hesitation in your voice? Why do I feel your thoughts waver in the Force? You are not the instrument of fear and death that you once were. You have become distracted. And that, my dear Vader, is a dangerous thing." Vader's hand twitches at his side, but he forces himself to remain composed, trying to push back against the Emperor's manipulation. He speaks, his voice colder now. Vader defiantly, "I serve you, Emperor. I have crushed the Jedi, brought order to the galaxy. There is no doubt in my loyalty." The Emperor's laugh is chilling, an unsettling sound that reverberates throughout the throne room. He leans closer, his eyes narrowing. Palpatine hissing, "You serve me, yes. But you are not whole, Vader. You cannot rule with the power I have granted you unless you surrender fully to the dark side." The Emperor pauses for a moment, his voice shifting to a soft, venomous whisper. Palpatine tempting, "What if I told you that there was more power to be had? If you could embrace the darkness, if you could cast off all remnants of weakness, of doubt, together, we could bend the galaxy to our will, as we always should have. Together, we would be unstoppable." Vader stands still, his mechanical breathing the only sound. He feels the tug of the Emperor's words, but something within him pushes back. His hand clenches tighter, his eyes narrowing beneath the mask. Vader firmly, almost with a growl, "I do not need your temptations. I am the dark side. I will destroy the rebellion. I will bring the galaxy to its knees." Palpatine laughing softly, cruelly, "You will, Lord Vader. But only if you let go of your past. Only if you stop holding on to what was. The dark side demands all of you. If you fail to surrender fully to it, you will remain nothing more than a tool, a puppet of your own making. The Emperor leans in closer, almost whispering in Vader's ear. Palpatine tempting, insidious. Do you want true power, Lord Vader? Or will you remain shackled by your own fears? You must choose. Now. For a long, agonizing moment, there is silence. Vader's breathing grows heavier, his mind swirling with the Emperor's words. The darkness calls to him. But deep within, something resists. Vader's voice is low and final as he speaks, a steely resolve rising within him. Vader coldly, but with a subtle defiance. I choose power. I choose the dark side. The Emperor smiles, satisfied. He steps back, his voice triumphant. Palpatine darkly. Then you are mine, Lord Vader. And together, we will rule. Never doubt that again. Vader nods silently, but the air between them is thick with the tension of power. The Emperor watches him, a cruel grin on his face, as the darkness envelops the room once more.